I got a phone call from his paralegal, and she's kind of on edge. And I said, everything okay? And she started whispering, and she goes, well, things are kind of tense around here. And I said, well, what's going on? She said, well, the owner of the firm, but she used his name, was having an affair with one of the attorneys, and he found out that she was sleeping with another attorney in the office, and he came in and fired her, him, and everybody that knew.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for coming back. We do so appreciate it. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, thanks so much for giving us a shot. We're so glad you're here. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Well, Vinny, how are you doing this week, my friend?
I'm doing good, my friend. How are you doing?
I can't complain. Well, this week, Vinny, I thought we would spill some beans this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we would tell some secrets,
We're gonna put out some more dirt.
put out some more dirt.
Okay.
So this you know, we're not going to mention any names because we don't want to get in trouble. But this is an attorney that you see on TV quite regularly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
We're not going to mention any names because we don't want to go through the hassle of being sued.
correct.
Even though we are right and we would be found to be right, it's just not worth the hassle.
It's just not worth the hassle. It's
Yeah.
not worth the hassle. This I don't work for this attorney anymore. I haven't in years because they don't like me. And the reason they don't like me is because I'm taller than they are.
Oh my God.
And
Napoleon complex is here. So
yeah, well, um, from my, well, unfortunately, most people are taller than he is.
yeah. Okay.
And when he when he shoots his commercials for TV, he stands on a platform, and everybody else has to stand. So they built him a platform so he's as tall as everybody else.
Oh boy.
And that may be common in TV. I don't know.
It's I've heard that it goes on. Yeah, in TV and in movies. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I figured with him it was just that he was had that Napoleon complex and didn't care, didn't want anybody to know that he was shorter than everybody else.
Right.
And um, one day I was got a phone call, and I got got a phone call from his paralegal, and she's kind of on edge. And I said, everything okay? And she started whispering, and she goes, well, things are kind of little tense around here. And I said, well, what's going on? She said, well, the owner of the firm, but she used his name, was having an affair with one of the attorneys, and he found out that she was sleeping with another attorney in the office, and he came in and fired her, him, and everybody that knew.
Oh my God.
So now he's married.
Yeah.
He's married, got a wife. The attorney wasn't married, and the attorney that she was sleeping with wasn't married. So when he found out that she was having sex with somebody other than him, it hurt his feelings so bad that he fired her, him, and everybody in the office that knew that he was having this.
Yeah. Well, why would he do something like that? Because I mean, I would think that they'd get revenge on him by spilling the beans, as you say.
Well,
Hey, this guy fired me. Well, I'm going to go tell his wife.
um, I don't know. I don't know if she ever, I think she did actually tell his wife. His wife actually found out about it.
How did she find out?
I'm not sure how she found out.
Yeah.
Um, they never got divorced. Not at that time. They may be divorced now, but not at that time.
Wow.
So I got to continue to talk with this paralegal a little bit.
So she was worried because she knew about the affair. So she was worried about her job.
Sure, yeah. Everybody in the office was walking on pins and needles because everybody's worried about being fired.
Yeah.
He was willing to destroy his whole office because they knew and didn't tell him.
Yeah.
He thought that everybody in the office should be loyal to him,
Right.
which, he's such a little jerk. He
Yeah.
is such a he is just a little pinhead. I never liked him from the beginning,
Yeah.
but he is such a pinhead
Yeah.
that nobody in his office really cared for him.
Right.
I,
He was
I
doing
mean, I worked for two different paralegals in the office, and both of them hated him with a passion. Couldn't
right.
stand him.
Yeah. So in addition to cheating on his wife, he was what? He was like a prick. He was
Yeah, just nasty to the employees.
yeah. Yeah.
Just had an attitude. I'll tell you how nasty he was. Back in the '90s, late '90s. He bought um, an H2 Hummer, and he parked two parking garages down and walked up to the building because he didn't want his staff to know that he had bought the Hummer because he was afraid somebody would ask for a raise.
Yeah. Oh God. How far was the parking garage from the office?
100 yards.
100 yards. Okay. Well,
Yeah, so he basically parked in the next building's parking deck
yeah.
instead of his parking deck, and
Yeah.
because he didn't want anybody to know that he'd bought that Hummer.
So he's a prick, he's an adulterer, and he's cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Could you imagine, Vinny? Could you imagine? I mean, his employees know how much money he's making because they're making the money for him.
Right.
I mean, they know how much they settle a case for, and they know how much he makes off of that case.
Right.
You know, and if you're like me, I think that the boss who took the chance of opening a business, risk everything he had to start this business, I think that he should make money.
Yeah, of course.
And if he wants to spend his money on a brand new car, that's his business.
100%.
But for him to feel that he has to hide it because he's afraid an employee will ask for a raise,
Yeah.
how underpaid are your employees?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, are you really that nasty?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a jerk.
That's a jerk.
Yeah.
That's a jerk.
Yeah. And this
Yeah,
is a guy.
and
This is a guy that if we said the name, everybody would go, "Oh, I've seen his commercials."
everybody would know who he was. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, um, about a month and a half, 2 months after all of this went down, I got a call from the female attorney that he fired. And me being of the curious mind, asked her, I said, "What happened? Why aren't you at the other firm anymore?" And she told me.
Yeah.
She told me the whole story.
She told you I was sleeping with this the head of the firm,
Yep.
and then I slept with somebody else, and he fired us both. She went ahead and admitted all that.
Actually, what she said is that she didn't use the word sleeping with. She said that she was, I don't remember how she said it, but she said that she was going out with the head of the firm,
Okay.
and this other attorney had started working there, and she started dating him and stopped dating the head of the firm.
Let me take a real wild guess. I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me take a guess. The guy, the new guy at the firm who started working there, and that she started dating, was taller than this guy.
Yes, he was.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
So she started dating him and stopped dating the head of the firm. And this was her story. And when she said, "I'm breaking it off with you," um, he got mad and fired everybody.
Yeah.
And when I done worked for her for like, I don't know, a couple years after that, and
Yeah.
her and that guy was still dating.
The new guy.
The new guy. Yep.
Oh, holy cow. Okay. Well, good for them.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So
And she was calling you for what? Did she want you to
she
investigate
was
something?
she was still practicing law. So I was still doing her PI work.
Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is
So
this guy's still in business? This head of the firm, he's still in business.
he's still in business. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has commercials on the TV and radio daily.
No. Wow.
So let me tell you let me tell you how I first found out that he disliked me.
Okay.
He had a partner at one time before it become just his name. He had a partner, and I'd been working for him for a long time when it was the two of them together, and all of a sudden, I quit getting calls from him. I didn't think much about it, and the partner, not him, but the partner, called me up one day and said, I need you to get some papers served for me immediately." And I said, "Okay, I'll come to the office, pick the papers up." So I go to his office, not him, but his business partner. And when I get to the office, I go in the office and he shuts the door and he goes, "I'm going to be honest with you." He said, "My partner hates you with a passion because you're taller than him." And
So
he said he went around the office and took all of your cards out of everybody's Rolodex and says that we wasn't allowed to use you anymore, that we had to use this female.
oh my God, what a petty jerk.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
He said the problem with the female is that she don't understand the law and thought that she could serve lawsuits without being appointed by the courts. And said we have discovered that out of all the lawsuits that she's filed, that she served, that she wasn't appointed on them, and two of them the statute of limitations runs on tomorrow, and I need you to get them served for me.
Yeah. Wow.
So I worked till like 10:30 that night serving papers so that they wouldn't be in default.
Yeah.
Because if they wouldn't have got those papers served by the statute, they would have been in trouble, because it wasn't like that you got the statute extended, because they actually hired a process server that served the papers, but they wasn't appointed, so it wasn't good service.
Do you remember how many services that you had to do that night?
I did like 3 that night.
Yeah.
And the problem was one was way out in Gwinnett County, way out in Snellville, the backside of Gwinnett County, and the other one was out in Paulding County, which is 2 counties apart.
Yeah.
And about 100 miles apart. Well, probably 75 miles apart.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't an easy task when they call you at 12 o'clock and you have to go to their office and pick up the papers and then start serving.
Yeah. Wow.
So it was a rough time. And when I went into the office, his business partner said, he said he went around and took all your business cards out of the Rolodexes and said that we wasn't allowed to use you anymore. And he said, it's all because you're taller than he is. He don't like you.
Wow.
And he said, I went around and took all of her business cards out and told everybody in this office if they called her one more time that they were fired.
Nice.
I said, well, I don't. I told him, I said, well, I said, if he hates me that bad, there's no need to call me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, well, you just bailed us out. He said, and I'm going to let him know that you just bailed us out. And shortly after that, his business partner left, and he didn't use me after that.
The business partner or the head of the firm?
The head of the firm.
Okay. Hey, what does it mean that you have to be appointed by the court in order to serve papers? And
Okay,
how is that relevant? How?
to serve a lawsuit, you have to be appointed by the court, either permanently or specially. So what that means is that so we'll use the county that you live in, which is what, Cherokee.
Cherokee.
So if you want to serve papers in Cherokee County, you have to get permanently appointed. So you have to follow the laws or the guidelines that court has set forth, and the judge of the chief judge of the superior court, the state court, or the magistrate court has to sign your permanent appointment, and it's good for 1 year. And now you're permanently appointed to serve any paperwork that comes out of that court.
And are you certified by all the different counties in Georgia?
No, at one time I was certified in all the metro counties, but I haven't been certified in a long time. And the reason being is I have people that work for me that are all appointed.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I don't get appointed myself. I just have people that do it for me now.
Yeah. All right.
Now you can get specially appointed, and specially appointed means that you put a petition and order in front of a judge. You petition the court for that one case, and then the judge will sign the order for just that one case.
Oh, okay.
And then you can serve on just that one case.
Okay.
So if I wanted you, Vinnie Coppola, to serve papers for me in Fulton County Court, you would have to go take the class, then go down to Fulton County, have the, present it to the courts, have the judge sign off on the order, and then you could serve in anything that come out of Fulton County Superior Court if that's what you got appointed in, or Fulton County State Court if that's where you got appointed. Now, if you got appointed got a special appointment per case, then you could serve on that particular case.
And what was the story with this woman? Was she just stupid and didn't know that, or was she just lazy and didn't bother?
I have no idea. I think the partner that left the firm actually said that she just didn't know any better.
Yeah, didn't know any better. Stupid.
Yeah, just didn't know any better. Just stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I thought? You know what my thoughts were?
What?
It was somebody that the short guy wanted to screw, and he just didn't. He just said, "Oh, yeah, serve papers for me."
Yeah.
That's what I kind of figured it was.
Oh, that tracks, as they say.
That tracks. That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, with all the stuff we've learned about this guy so far, yeah, that tracks.
Probably a bartender that he met somewhere, and he goes, "Hey, I got a job for you."
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Does this guy have kids?
I don't. I have no idea. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with them.
Yeah.
But probably.
Yeah.
Probably grown by now. He's older than I am.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but just on top of him being a pig and cheating on his wife,
yeah,
he was just nasty to his employees. I'm sure he still is.
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I've known, of course, my entire life, I've known guys that were shorter than me, and, most are okay, but there are some that are just dicks. And it comes from that insecurity. It comes from the insecurity that they feel less than because of their height. And, maybe through no fault of their own, maybe just, being picked on their whole life, and it became some kind of a thing in their head. But I've known some short guys that are they're just jerks, just total jerks.
Well, Vinny, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
I've never picked on a short guy,
me neither.
and I've never felt inferior to a taller guy.
Me neither. I'm there. It's never even been on my radar to ridicule someone about their height. It is never,
No,
never. Yeah,
never,
yeah,
never would have thought about him being short until he brought it up.
yeah. Really, exactly.
if,
Dude,
if,
I had a friend, dude. I had a friend who I've known. What I must have known this kid since since I was 20, 22 years old. Okay, and now fast forward 20 years. Okay, and I'm seeing this guy, and he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "I got some news, man." I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" He goes, "I'm gonna get an ear operation," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, I hate the way my ears stick out." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Your ears don't stick out." He goes, "Oh yeah, I hate it. I hate." I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Never in my life, buddy. Known this guy for 20 years. Never even looked at his ears. Never had any idea that it was a problem. Never even thought about it. And now he's getting he's going to a plastic surgeon. They're gonna pull away some of this cartridge and make his ears lay flatter against his head. And he spent all this money on this surgery. And you want to know something, buddy? Now I make fun of his ears. Like, look at those big Dumbo ears, you stupid, silly bitch. You know,
never thought about it until you
never
mentioned it.
thought about it. Never had any. I never even looked at the guy's ears. Never, I mean, because you see some people and their ears are like, like way out there like this, and their head and ears like, whoa, bro, do something about that. Never. Yeah, he could have told me he was getting his getting a hairpiece, and I would have been like, oh, okay, but still never. Anyway, but this guy, man, he must have been really insecure about it, his height.
Well, that's like somebody that parks their vehicle, the wrong way across two parking spaces.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of like, I never thought about scratching your vehicle until
right.
you just mentioned it.
Yeah,
Now that you've mentioned it, maybe
yeah.
I'll scratch it.
Maybe I'm gonna ding that fender a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you had just parked right, I would have never ever thought about scratching your vehicle. Never.
No.
But,
Now it's a necessity. Now it's happening.
yeah. Now that you've mentioned it, and now that you've forced me to think about it, now I'm going to scratch it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever think that maybe most of these people bring these problems up on themselves?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Vinny, I've never looked at anybody and thought, "Damn, you're short," or "Damn, your ears are too big." That's just not something that crosses my mind.
Yeah.
And if somebody's picking on you because you're short or because your ears are big,
Yeah.
that's their problem. That's not your problem.
That's 100% right. Yeah.
That's your problem. That's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Well, somebody that's going to pick on somebody because of their height is definitely overcompensating for something. There's an insecurity there that they're trying to overcompensate for
Yeah.
and make themselves feel better by putting someone down. And
Yeah.
that's literally what bullying is. I mean, well, verbal bullying at least. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is somebody who there's something inside them that is missing, and they're trying to feel better about themselves by putting other people down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just something I've never even thought about. Even when I was joking with people, making fun of their height never crossed my mind.
Yeah. Never
Just
crossed my mind.
just never. Maybe you tell them they're ugly, but never tell them they're short. Just didn't cross my mind.
Right.
And who cares how tall you are?
Yeah, really.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, just not something that just I don't know. It's just not something that I don't know.
Yeah, but some people are really bent out of shape about it. They're really
It's just one of those things, Vinny, that if you don't bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up.
right.
It just doesn't cross my mind.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
A good intellectual conversation is much more important to me than how tall you are.
Oh yeah, and how you treat people.
And how you treat people. Yep. Yep. I'd much rather have a conversation with you and talk about, be able to have a conversation and it be an intelligent conversation than worry about how tall somebody is,
Yeah, sure.
because I have to deal with stupid people every day.
Oh yeah.
And, now that I'll call you out for.
Yeah.
I'm really quick to ask you if you're really that stupid or is this an act?
Yeah.
You just, are you really, are you that stupid?
Yeah. Right.
I ask people that all the time.
Right. Well, and that's probably in a situation that involves work or something like that. I mean, not a book smart thing. You never did that in school. Like you got a B on the test, someone else got a D, and you're like, "What, are you really that stupid? You never did that."
No.
Yeah. No. It's probably a work related thing. Like, oh no, we should go this way. No. There's too much traffic. We're going this way. No, we got to go that way. What are you, stupid?
Yeah. Or just the people that I have to deal with on a daily basis. You were just. I deal with some really. I deal with people who think they're smart, and they will tell you how smart they are.
Yeah, those are the worst.
And people who tell you how smart they are
Those
just not very smart, Vinnie.
Those are the worst. The worst. People who think they're smart. I know. Yeah, I know a guy who argued with you, took a contrary position in an argument, just because he thought that's what smart people do. and I'm serious, man. He would be arguing the dumbest stuff, and I'm like, this. There's no way he believes this. Yeah. People who think they're smart. People who think they're smart and are probably the dumbest.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend that does that a lot.
Yeah, we're probably thinking of the same person right now.
Probably. Love him to death, but he argues points that he knows nothing about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Knows nothing about, but likes to present himself as a genius.
Yeah.
or a deep thinker. That's he wants people to think he's a deep thinker.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that's one of my favorite things is to think. And I tell people all the time, just stop and think. Think before you open your mouth. I'll give you an example. I had an attorney who his paralegal clearly messed up. She clearly made a bad mistake. And I pointed it out because they tried to blame it on me.
Yeah.
And I laid the facts out to them completely, laid it out. And I got an email separate from the email chain where I laid everything out. The attorney emailed me privately asking me to take blame and to take the responsibility for the error. And he says, with our long-term relationship, your long-term relationship with the firm, because he's not been that long with the firm.
Yeah.
He says, with your long-term relationship with the firm, that it would be in our best, I can't remember how he put it. He didn't say in our best interest, but he said, can you take responsibility and cover this or whatever?
So he wanted you to take responsibility for a screw up.
Yeah. And that was last Friday that he sent me that email. And I've been so pissed off about it because, first of all, I thought that he was threatening my friendship with the owner of the firm that I have been friends with for over 30 years. And he can't harm that relationship. Because if I was to go to the owner of the firm, I know what the owner of the firm would say. The owner of the firm would say, stand up and take responsibility. You messed up.
Yeah.
And if it was me, I would stand up and say, I messed up. I'm going to take responsibility for this.
Right.
But yet he's asking me to cover up for it. So I was so pissed off when I got this email that I couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that if I fired an email off back to him,
yeah,
that it was going to be very nasty and I was going to regret it.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll do it Monday. Monday rolled around and I sat down at my computer Monday morning and I said, nope, I'm not ready.
Yeah, right.
because I started out by saying, you want me to take responsibility? Yeah, you want me to take responsibility for something you done? And I said, nope.
Not ready.
So Wednesday rolled around and I said, okay, I'm going to send this email. I feel pretty good. I'm in a good mood. And I sat down. First, let me start by saying, you can't, how'd I put it? I said, first, let me start by saying, don't ever hold my relationship with the owner of the firm over your mistakes. Nope, not ready. I have to let that anger cool down. And it just really made me mad because he thinks that I should take responsibility for the mistakes that he made or his paralegal made. No. What are you teaching your paralegal? You're teaching her that to let her go out and make all the mistakes she wants and just blame it on whoever she wants to blame it on.
Right.
No. She made a mistake. I caught the mistake. Why should I have to eat that mistake?
Yeah.
I didn't make the mistake.
Yeah.
And here's the sad part, Vinnie. If she would have read the next paragraph, she wouldn't have made the mistake.
Yeah.
Now here's the next thing. Here's what I keep saying. Here's one of the biggest reasons I won't reply. Is because I know that somewhere in that email I'm going to say, I would never let you represent me because as an attorney, you're supposed to read the entire document.
Right.
And you couldn't read the entire document. And the part that she didn't read was in bold black letters.
Oh my God.
It wasn't like it was hidden in small mouse print or something. It was in bold black letters. And all she had to do was just read.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have made the mistake.
Yeah.
And you want me to eat this? It makes me mad, Vinnie.
You still haven't replied?
No, today was a week, so I'm gonna try to let my anger cool down till Monday.
Yeah.
And I may not reply. I may just contact the owner of the firm and just say, look, deal with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's actually a smarter way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's my responsibility.
No.
I don't think it's going to cost me money.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I should lose money because of what they're doing, because it's their mistake.
Yeah. I agree.
And all they had to do was read the bold type that's a font bigger than all the other font on the page, and it's in italic and it's bold. So how you missed it shows that you shouldn't be an attorney, because how many cases is he screwing up?
Right.
That's
It's
that's
just
that's a
lazy. It's just lazy.
that's a pretty serious screw up.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
if it had been what if it would have been $1 million case?
Yeah.
What
They're
if
out.
it would have been the difference between 2 days in jail and 20 years in jail?
Right.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a small mistake.
No.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
So, and Vinny, all they had to do was read the next paragraph that was bold, italic, and a font size bigger.
Yeah.
And the reason that it was bold and italic and a font size bigger was to draw your attention to it.
Right.
And the reason that I know that it was bold and italic and a font size bigger is because I was the one who printed up the document, and I made it that way to draw their attention to it.
Right. This is
And
important.
yeah, important. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And too lazy to read it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so the point being is that think before you make a move. And that's why I haven't sent an email back, is because I'm afraid that I'll burn some bridges there if I don't.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right, and your instincts are correct too. I like your idea to just go right to the owner. Hey, this was a mess up. I want you to know I had nothing to do with it. However, I'm being asked to take the blame for it. I think you should go right to the top with something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. That's.
I mean, first of all, listen. This guy that's asking you to take the blame for it is no friend.
No.
You're losing nothing by burning that bridge. So if there's any sense of loyalty to this guy, I would abandon that.
No, I have no loyalty. No.
Okay, then boom. Yeah,
No.
go right to the top.
Yeah. And any decision that he makes will be overruled by the owner.
Yeah. Okay.
So if he says, well, Lynn can't operate in this firm anymore, the owner's going to say, nah, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't. No, you don't make that decision. I make that decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's your mistake. You're the one who made the mistake. I didn't make the mistake.
Yeah.
You did. You made that mistake.
This is probably strike 3 for this guy. And he's like, he can't afford the hit. So he's asking you to take it for him.
Well, you know something, Vinny?
Yeah.
If he would have called me up and said, Lynn, the owner's going to be really mad at me and fire me if I take this mistake to him. Can you help me with it? I would have said, sure, I'll help you with it.
Yeah.
That would have been a better way of handling it.
100%. Or even in person, better yet.
Or even in person. But to kind of put he's putting the jeopardy of my friendship with the owner of the firm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna put your friendship with the owner in jeopardy here. Nah, that's the part that really made me mad. That's the part that pissed me off.
Yeah.
And he sees what he doesn't know is that I've known the owner for 30 years, and he can't put that in jeopardy.
Yeah.
My bond with the owner is too strong.
Just make sure that when you tell the owner that you go, listen, he goes, I've been debating how to word this email. I haven't sent it back because I was just too upset about it. That's why maybe I'm a little late in getting this information to you. But here's the deal. I had nothing to do with this. This is his mistake, and he wants me to take the fall.
Oh, all he's got to do is read the email. He admits that it's his mistake in the email.
Oh, there you go. That's great.
In the email he put, yes, this was our mistake.
Yeah.
But can you?
Right.
No, I can't.
No.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I guarantee this is like a strike three situation with him and the owner.
Probably.
And he's
And,
like,
and,
yeah, he's like, oh boy, I can't take another one.
and
Lynn,
he's not been with the firm long.
yeah, there you go. Right?
Yeah, so there's probably a strike three.
Yeah. Hey, that was fun, Lynn. I always love the exposing of the dirt. I always love it. Hey, if you like stand-up comedy and goofball videos, check me out online. My website is vinnie.com. That's www.vinnie.com. All the links to all my social media are there. Please give me a follow. If you need private investigative work, if you need to serve somebody, find somebody, surveil somebody, Lynn Lambdin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
And thank you, the accident attorneys of Monge and Associates and Simple Funding, for sponsoring this episode. We do so appreciate it. If you need their services, let them know you heard about them on this podcast. And thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next week.